Let's dive into the actual campaign creation process. So for the purposes of this course, I'm going to target the in-feed ad. As you can see here, the Amazon Web Services ad, which is the learn more here, sort of almost blends into the entire feed. It doesn't give you a hint that it's an ad, but it is actually promoted, as you can see over here. So we're going to focus on the in-feed ad, and let's get started with the campaign creation. So jump onto your interface, click on create campaign groups, or create campaign group, and create your first group. Now, as you'll read the top line, campaign groups allow you to control budget, run dates, status, and reporting across multiple campaigns. After campaigns are launched, they cannot be moved to a different campaign. So just be a different campaign group. So just be aware of that. And we're going to create the first campaign group. Let's call it Google Analytics Foundation. And then set it as active. I'll set it as draft at this point in time, and I will set the scheduled start date to be today. I'm not going to set an end date because I don't know how long I'll run that campaign, and that is perfectly acceptable with LinkedIn. Now, once you've created that, as you can see, it's set as draft. I can actually delete it. I can only delete it as long as it is set as draft, but if I publish or make it active or make it paused, I won't be able to delete this campaign group. Once you've created the campaign group, you go in, you'd be presented with, because you don't have any campaigns, we're going to create the first campaign. Just create a campaign. Once you click that, it'll ask you, do you want to use the same campaign group? You say yes, you proceed to next, and then you're presented with choosing how you would like to start creating your first campaign. So all of these different sorts of goals sort of match with different types of ads, but for the purposes of us creating an in-feed ad, we're going to target the lead generation process. Remember, if you're a SaaS company, you're trying to focus on getting your CTOs or CMOs or CEOs or CFOs, whoever you want to take action, you want to be doing a lead generation process. If you are a service business, you're a plumber, lawyer, doctor, or any, those sort of people, or a hospital, you want to be focusing on people by their job profile. You want to again be targeting the lead generation process early on. This is where you have gated content, where people would need to give you their email address, and then be able to access that gated content. It's great because then you could have them in a funnel where you can then later qualify them, call them back, talk to them, and then try and sell them your solution. If you're a recruiter, obviously job applicant makes sense, but again, that's a dynamic ad. So focus on the lead generation for now. But also, you can also have website conversions where people click and eventually land onto your website, where you will then eventually have website conversions. You would have video views, so again, in-feed ad. You have engagement, again, posts that you would have, that's again in-feed. Website visits could be text ads, could be in-feed ads, could also be just normal sponsored content that comes into your mailbox. So that's the generalness of this entire option arrangement. I'll choose lead generation, and in the next video we will explore how we can do the target, how we can go about targeting the audience. Now, one thing you would need to do as a part of this specific ad that we are creating, because it's gated content, is you would eventually need to build a form. And I'll go into the nitty-gritty of how you would go into building a form in one of the specific videos. But let's explore how we will build the audience for running this campaign.